Okay, so before I say anything, last time I tried it did not go well, right? Didn't go very well. I'm struggling for my life only because I feel like I'm up against a wall of corruption, because even Dr. Randax, or whatever his name is, right? He refuses to talk to me, won't give me my medical notes back. That's against the law in Germany right now. If I give that everywhere I go, and then I told you about the scenario here, right? This is not one-offs. This has gone on a long time, and I'm literally doing everything I can to get out of here. Now, if I lash out or I get angry with you or something, then I look the bad guy, right? It's got nothing to do with me. If I've delivered all these billions of dollars in IT projects, and I know why I'm being held prisoner here, right? Because if it gets out what they've done to me, then a lot of people are in trouble, right? So everyone, I actually thought about it. You know 9/11, remember 9/11? You're old enough to know that. The one reason they said that's not possible is because you'd have to collude so many people. Okay, well, I'm one person. This has gone on 6 years. Now, the reason I'm here, I didn't think I would have to come to you, but he's not even letting me in the door. I didn't have an argument with him, nothing. He's withholding my medical notes. So, look, two things now that I'm here, right? It's pretty clear to me that I am being kept here and something terrible is going to happen with me with COVID. There's no doubt about that. I have no doubt in my mind. And I told you the one thing they're going after is my psychology, right? Now, you saw all the medical tests from before about the needles, blood clots, horrendous, right? When I was in the Henry Hotel and this manager, right? Sabrina, right. So I went in there, and I didn't go in there to ask her about COVID, right? But I started talking to her because I said, somebody, sorry? No, yes, not initially, but I went in there to say, one of your staff members broke my computer when I was in here talking. Then we got talking about COVID, right? And I said, this now makes it very impossible for me, yes, based on my situation. I said, do you have the vaccine? She said, no. She said, by German law, if I'm a German worker, the German government cannot force me to take that vaccine. It's against the law. And I said, but you're forcing me to take it, right? And she said, well, yes, that's true. But if you have medical conditions, then you can get a medical attest to say that you have these medical conditions, but you still have to get the daily negative swab test. And I said, well, what medical conditions? She said, asthma, heart condition, panic attack, stress. I said, I have all of those. So I said, I look on the German government website every single day. It doesn't stipulate that. Who should have told me that? And how do you know that? She said, I work in the Henry Hotel. We get a test from doctors all over the world that stipulate asthma, panic attacks, heart, a psychological... like, as an example, when I've had so many IV drips in my arm, I am terrified of needles, right? Okay. But it's a medical attest that stipulates asthma, chest problems, heart problems, and as long as you get the negative attest that I can show both, and I don't need to get, well, obviously if it shows positive, I have to get it, right? But if I get a negative attest, a negative result, along with a medical attest of stress, panic attacks, asthma, and the medical attest that have stipulated blood clots, and I'm terrified of needles, right? So that, along with the negative attest, I don't have to get the vaccine. Now the thing is, what they're doing is they've now locked down every restaurant and every hotel, right? Now, if you guys are not sending faxes, Dr. Randax promised to send faxes, didn't do it. He's hiding in a room so he doesn't have to talk to me. If I can't get into a hotel or restaurant, I can't get out because I have no internet. Now, I'm not doing that as an excuse. You can actually call them, right? But I said, because there's a little bit of a communication problem, right? They actually wrote that down. own doesn't work, but that with a daily negative test does work. Just to get into a hotel. They said by German law we can't refuse you at that point.
But if you have a negative test, you can go inside.
Not until yesterday.
No, okay.
Right. Now yesterday now changes everything.
Yes.
So that's how we started talking about it. And I said, who should have told me this? And they said, your doctor should tell you this. And I said, I didn't know that.
But the problem is the vaccine, it's no, if you have a heart problem or asthma, you have to get the vaccine because you are a risiko patient, no? It's not so. You have these problems, you don't get the vaccine. You have to get it.
Okay, so yes. the issue is that even on a religious level, right? Yes. I don't want to get it because it's completely against my religion.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is
yes.
that I am now terrified of needles,
yes.
right? I mean, literally, that will send me into a panic attack
yes.
based on what's happened.
Yes. Yes.
Now, she basically said,
yes.
she has, I didn't know this, medical attests all the time stipulating if you have a medical reason not to get it and you also have the medical negative test, we will let you in the hotel.
But the problem is, I know what you mean. We have a lot of patients who don't want the vaccine, but I really can't write on a test. It's medical, not evident. No?
What do you mean?
That you don't need a vaccine. You need a vaccine.
But I don't have corona.
It's yes, you don't have, but because of the pandemic, no.
There is no pandemic, man.
Yeah, it's.
Okay,
yes,
so look, I tell you what, if they're gonna let me in this one particular hotel, right? And
yes.
this corona place is very close to this hotel. If they are willing to let me in this hotel, right?
Yes.
If you write something, or even if you write my medical notes, right? Of, I have got panic, you know that.
Yes, it's good, yes. I can write that you have this and this.
All I would say is, right,
problems.
this, and this, and
yes.
this, right?
Yes.
And if I take that along with the negative test to this one particular hotel, it might give me a small window of internet so I can actually get out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's now becoming so oppressive, mm-hmm. I literally can't breathe. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes, I understand it. I know it's yes, because of the government, no?
Yeah, but see, the one thing I would say is that it's totally incorrect.
Yes.
Is because when I spoke to her,
yes.
I said, "You're forcing it on me. Do you have your vaccine?" And she said, "No." I said, "Why don't you have the vaccine?" Mm-hmm. She said, "By German law, they can't force it on a German person who works here." And I said, "But you can force it on me?" And that's when she mentioned this. Yes. That's totally illegal.
Yes, yes.
So you don't, even as a doctor, technically, by German law, the German government can't force you to get it, even though you're a doctor, but you can force me? That's ethically wrong. So I started to download all the data protection and ethics and ISO numbers. I'm not a stupid guy, right? This is really, so according to the European Union, what they are doing right now is ethically wrong. If I have COVID, okay, I have no choice, I gotta get it. But if I don't have COVID, it's ethically wrong to force me against it, especially if it's against my religion, right? So all I'm asking for you then is, just to word it, is write down the medical issues. I'm telling you it's against my religion. According to the medical tests, I've had several blood clots with what I've had an IV drip or a needle, which has caused a massive medical problem, and that I am going to continue to get a daily negative test. I'm not asking you to write, he's forbidden from getting the vaccine. I'm not asking you to write that. All I'm stating is, state the medical issues that I have.
I can make it, but I don't think that it will be enough.
For this place, she said they are fine. Well, the thing is, I'm
Yes,
struggling
but
with.
here, she is writing that here you can't vaccinate it because of these problems, no? But I can't write it, no?
So all I would say is,
Yes.
yeah, because she's written that wrong. Because if you say someone can't be vaccinated, that means if they get corona, and yeah, that makes no sense. I think she's written it wrong. What she's trying to say is, until this negative test goes positive, right, based on his medical history, he'd rather not get the vaccine until the test comes positive. Then he has to get the vaccine. The way she's written
No,
that...
if you are positive,
Yeah.
then you don't need a vaccine, no? If you have corona, you have corona. You don't have the vaccine, no?
Well, what do you get then?
Vaccine is that you don't get corona, no? Vaccine is protecting you from corona. No?
Okay, so what I would do is, that's quite strong, right?
Yes.
But the reason, so I would just put
Yes.
that I've come here based on what they said. And the thing is as well, you have to remember, doctor, I said, are you getting medical attest from Germany? Or she said, we get people from all over the world with this, right? So I didn't even know this existed. And I was angry because I said, well, you're German and you can do whatever you want, but I'm being oppressed. And she said, yes, you are. So
Yes.
all I would say is that don't use the can't be vaccinated. Just put Mr. Fraser not willing to be vaccinated until the test proves positive.
Yes, but it makes no sense. By the government said if you are vaccinated or you have corona, you can go to the hotel, for example, with a test, no? But if you don't have or didn't have corona and you are not vaccinated, you can't go in. It's I can write now all your problems and everything, but it's not enough, no?
Well, I'll tell you what, write what you can and then let me have a read. Because you know the problem is, I went in 3 apothekers in Krefeld. They said even we're confused about what it is. Now what they also told me was, from city to city to city, they can make up their own rules. From region to region to region, they can also make up their own rules. So what the apotheker said was, if you go to a region where there's not a whole high COVID level, they have completely different rules to what you have here. I said, so if I travel to an area in Germany where there's not high COVID levels, or another part of Europe, do I have to do that? No, you don't. So how does that make it? And what I also said was, if I need to get on a Flixbus or Flix train, right, you need to show a COVID test. But when you go in the S-Bahn and U-Bahn, you don't. Do you know why? That's to trap people like me in cities, because you have a car and you can travel wherever you want, and the government cannot force you by law to get the vaccine because you're German and here. But they can force me. Now, if you're stopping long distance travel, what's the difference between a U-Bahn train and a Flix train? Nothing. There's more people on the U-Bahn and S-Bahn than there is on a Flix train. So that's more dangerous.
You don't need a test?
No, I got on 3 U-Bahn and S-Bahns yesterday and not one. And I'll tell you the other thing. I went to 2 restaurants, right? This will show you why none of this makes any sense, and it's to target people like me. I went to 2 restaurants in Krefeld who then came out and said, oh no, do you know 3 people, local people, walked in after me and they didn't get asked for a test, they didn't get asked for anything. You know what the response was? Oh, don't worry, we know them. Then I go to McDonald's in Krefeld and nobody asked me for anything. So you have everyone walking in there with no mask on. That was yesterday. So does that make any sense?
Yes.
Right, and that's how the conversation started with Henry Hotel. So look, I'm trying to, I know you guys said you would fax it and you didn't do it. Randak said he would fax it and didn't do it. There's another doctor in Karst, Dr. Vea, right? They said they would fax it and didn't do it. So this could have been fixed months ago, right? And now I'm in this pandemic where if I don't get internet and I don't get fax, I'm going to die, regardless of the corona. But the thing is, it's targeting people like me. So Germans can walk around and do whatever they want, but I get targeted. So look, this is as of yesterday. And what you can also put on there, right, because my Canadian doctor knows, is that based on what's happened to me medically, right, I'm terrified to have, and I know you're my doctor, but based on what happened, you know my situation, right? You can write on here that I'm terrified to get medical, anything medically done to me until I can go home. I think you could at least put that, is that I'm now terrified to get anything medically done to me until I can go home. So that was the 24th, right? And I'm still negative. When I go home, okay, I'll take the vaccine. Based on what's happened to me here, right? I don't feel safe getting a vaccine. I really don't. With all those medical tests of what's happened to me.
But why don't you, for example, we could, for example, also vaccine you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I don't trust anything medical here, right? Because a doctor in Munich destroyed me. A doctor in Stuttgart destroyed me. A doctor in Frankfurt destroyed me. 3 doctors in Düsseldorf destroyed me. If you were in America or Canada and this had gone on for so long, my employers didn't pay me. Now the other thing is, they're holding my passports against my will. I shouldn't even be in Germany. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So why can't you just give me my passport? I gave them urine test. The police are still saying, oh yeah, we have paperwork. So if you were in America and you had all this done to you, would you feel safe getting an injection?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, I know what you
If it was a normal situation, I wouldn't be bothered.
Yes,
But considering it's happened I've gone in 5 hospitals, walked out with an IV drip arm, ended up with a big blood clot. If that goes to my brain, I'm dead. I'm not even talking to you. Under normal circumstances, yes, I get it. But like after all of this, I mean, I'm asking you a question. If you were in America and you were in my situation, would you get it, or would you want to come home to Germany and get it, right? Based on after all this?
Yes, I can understand you, but I'm not, how do you say, I am nothing with the government.
No, I understand that, but this is on a personal level.
But yes.
If you were in America and America did this to you...
For example, you can trust me, I know what you mean, you don't know what... No, I can
but I'll tell you another thing, one thing is, 10,000 needles had water in them. I've gone to several of those locations, right? They're not doctors, they're not medical professionals, right? One of them is smoking. I've actually caught him. He's smoking, eating food, and then is doing a swab with no gloves on. And I said, are you a nurse? No. Are you medically trained? No. Do you not have any idea what you're doing? No. I said, is any of that information ISO regulated? I don't know. I said, do you know what the solution is in that pocket? No. So you have people, even students, in these medical facilities who've got no idea what they're doing, and you're going to inject me? No way. And the thing is, I'll be honest with you, I've gone to one medical facility, right? 4 times in one day. One tested positive, one negative. One positive, one negative. And I'm like, you've got no idea what you're doing. The tests are falling on the floor. You're trying to tell me that's sanitized? And the other thing I said, there's one in Kars that's in a car park. Mud everywhere, right? And they're trying to explain to me when they're not medically trained. I know, I'm going to stop talking. But on a medical level, this is probably still not clean, right? Because it's a doctor's office. But in a park, you're telling me whatever test you're doing, you're going to be able to, 1, you're not using gloves, 2, you don't have a face mask, 3, you're smoking, 4, you're eating, dirt could get, anything could get in that, right? And you don't, I said, are you medically trained on doing the swab and the test? No. So you've had no medical training? No. None of them have. It's terrifying.
Yes.
So if it was, let's say for example, when I was in Canada, I used to get an injection for hay fever. They don't do it in Europe. I didn't have a problem with that. After all of this, 5 blood clots, an accident, you've seen it all. I don't need to go over it, but really, all you can write on there is Mr. Fraser's happy to get the vaccine when he goes home. His passports are being held, yada yada. You can write it, and then you can write the medical conditions of asthma.
Also can write yes, these medical conditions that you have asthma and it is
you put stress, and also I don't know if it was you're the doctor. I have had heart. The thing is, I don't have a heart condition, but with all this stress, it's unbelievable. What I would also like to put on there is the medical blood clots that I've had from vaccines is one of the major reasons. And also it's against my religion. My passports are being held, and I told Mr. Fraser can go home, right? And also I'd like to show you, to write on there that I've showed you the negative test dated yesterday. I will go and get another one today, right?
So the negative, okay, you need to, okay. This quick test, no?
Yeah.
Yes, no? Speed test, yes.
And I have one from the 23rd. 23rd as well.
Yes, it's okay. But
Yeah. And Mr. Fraser will get the test when he goes home to Canada. Get the vaccine, sorry.
Yes, but it's not important. It makes no sense. No?
Okay, so can I ask what you've written so far?
Pardon?
Can I ask what you wrote so far?
Yes. Yes, I wrote that you have these medical problems, no, with your.
No, but can you be very specific? Like, can you?
Yes,
Can you put it in DeepL again? Remember DeepL? The translator. Remember I showed you?
Yes.
No. Yeah, that's it.
That's okay.
And then if you just copy and paste.
And Deutsch of English.
Yeah.
No? Okay. This program is very stupid.
Reversible by administration from bowel asthma and panic disorder is known. Can you put with regards to my work in Germany?
The work of the okay.
I tell you what.
Yes.
Can I write it in DeepL and then you can say
Yes.
you can. Maybe it's better. I write what I think is.
Yes. How can we?
Just open another one
Okay.
and put DeepL again. English.
Yes. Okay.
anything that you at least sign. Hold on a second. I just have to subject to.
But with blood clot.
It's on one of the.
Where do you have it?
It's on one of the medical tests. I can show you. I have it here.
From the hospital?
One was from Louisiana Hospital in Aachen, and the other one was from Dr. Adam Dawes. I have the medical test here. You can read them again. Here, look. That's your one.
But this one thing that that's you don't have a thrombose or anything, no?
Dobry dzień.